Hello. Hi, babes. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm just waiting for a couple minutes just so everybody can hop on. But you guys have Tiffany tonight. We're going to be doing our $12.99 tutorial Tuesday, and the color I'm wearing is not actually the color that is going to be $12.99 tonight. So hang on one second, we're going to get to that. Hi Megan, hi Stephanie, hi Crystal. I hope everybody is doing good with all the craziness going on out there right now. Hi Abby. Hi ladies. So I'm super excited. We're doing our $12.99 tutorial Tuesday tonight, and I know there's going to be a lot of new girls on. We had a lot of new girls join us over the weekend picking up their or ordering their Peppi kits. So I'm super excited. I hope to see them on here with us. But tonight, on my current hand that you see in the video, I am wearing Find Your Fire, which is a super fun, like mustardy type yellow. It's really, really pretty. And it works great in the summer or the fall, and it just doesn't get enough recognition. So I thought that I would put it on this hand tonight so you guys can see what it looks like. Here's a nice up close view of it. It's really, really pretty. So you guys can see, and again, the color is called Find Your Fire. It's a really pretty color, and it actually pairs really pretty with Runaway Train. I did a manicure with that a long time ago, and it was just a beautiful summer pairing. So if you're looking for something to pair it with, that would be a good one. But on the other hand, we are going to be working with Lost for Words tonight. That's going to be our color that's on sale while we are live for $12.99. It's also another yellow peachy toned color. So it's in the family of Find Your Fire and Citrus Kisses, which I don't happen to have next to me at the moment, but it is the lighter yellow of the three. So I kind of wanted to do a side-by-side comparison so you can see what they look like, just because they are two colors that don't get the recognition they deserve. They're both just really, really pretty, especially if you love yellows. Like, I would definitely get your hands on it. But tonight, the color that is on sale for $12.99 while we're live is Lost for Words. Alright ladies, so bear with me. I am reading the comments by myself this evening while we are on live, and I will do my best to be a little bit better at that this evening than I usually am when I'm by myself. So here's a nice close-up of what the powder looks like in the jar. It's a beautiful, just really muted yellow, like really milky. Has that kind of like mustard undertone, but it's really, really light and it's really pretty. And one of the big reasons I did choose this color is because we have a video floating around where this color is used, and it doesn't seem to be too popular. So I really wanted to do that tonight to show you guys, like, it really is a pretty color, and I wanted you to see it up close and in action. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. My nails have already been shaped and filed, and for the most part they are prepped, but I'm gonna do a little bit more, or finish it I should say, because I didn't finish it all. And I'm gonna start with pushing my cuticles back. I maintain my cuticles pretty much every day, so I don't have a whole lot of work to do on them, but I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure they're good and ready to go. Give me 1 second, ladies. Something got in my eye here. Oh boy. Hi, Stephanie. Give me 1 second, ladies. Something is burning my eye right now. I think I just rubbed it funny. Sorry, ladies, I had to go get water from the sink. I don't know, I cut jalapenos earlier and it must have fell on my arm or something. And yes, I washed my hands. It was not on my hands, but I don't know what I did, but I got it in the corner of my eye and holy moly, that burned. All right, so we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna go ahead and start pushing back the cuticles. We wanna make sure they're nice and clean. Any residual cuticle that's left on the nail bed, like you really wanna make sure that's off. If it's not off and that overgrowth is still there, you at some point 100% will have lifting in your manicure. Some people will get it sooner than later than others, but it will happen. So you just want to make sure that cuticle is off the nail bed. And like I said, I maintain mine on a regular basis, so once you start doing that, you really, like the upkeep is not so bad. It's just getting them trained. So again, ladies, if you're just joining on, the $12.99 color tonight is Lost for Words. It's a really pretty pale, like summer yellow, spring yellow, summer yellow, just really pretty. Good year round, really. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take a buffer. And I'm not gonna do anything crazy, and I like to use a pretty used buffer because it's a lot gentler on my nails. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just get a little bit of texture on the nails. You don't wanna thin them out, you just need texture. And what that texture does, it allows your nail to grip the liquid and the powder that we're soon going to apply to our nails. It helps to grip it so you get a long-lasting manicure. All right. So I do want to give away a Lost for Words this evening, ladies, so make sure you guys are sharing and hosting watch parties, and let's try to get those viewers up to 350 tonight. As soon as we hit 350, I'm going to be giving a color away. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna use our number 1, which is our Ready. This is the adhesive or the base, whichever you wanna call it, that we're going to use to get the powder to stick to our nail. The key is to do a super nice thin coat so your end result has a natural, beautiful finish. If you have lesser liquid on your brush, you'll get full control of where it spreads on your nail. So you have no overspill onto the nail bed or the cuticle itself as you apply. So here's the first dip of Lost for Words, and it is so pretty, and we're only 1 dip in. Hi Denise, welcome to your first Peppi Live. My name's Tiffany. On the $12.99 sale tonight, it is the color Lost for Words that I'm currently using to apply my Peppi here. So just remember, as you're applying your liquid, the more base that you apply, so the thicker you apply your base, the more powder it's going to absorb. So if you want a nice, thin, natural finish after 3 dips, really try to apply a lesser amount of liquid so it doesn't end up getting all like misformed and weird. Hi Lauren, welcome to your first Peppi Live. Thanks for joining tonight. So remember ladies, if we get our viewers up to 350 tonight, I am going to give away a Lost for Words color to 1 lucky Peppi babe. So help us get up there by sharing and inviting your friends to come join us. So on the first round, you're gonna notice I'm not going all the way to my cuticle. The reason for this is because we don't want it to look, very thick up in that region of the nail. We want it to look thin and natural. So the best thing you can remember is to take your time and have really good lighting. The brushes we use to apply the liquids are clear. So if you have good lighting, you can see where you're applying your base a lot better than if you're doing it in a dim lit room. So what do you guys think? Are you guys loving Lost for Words? I love them both. Find Your Fire and Lost for Words. I think they're definitely underrated colors. So I'm just taking my time. Feel free to ask any questions you guys might have. I will be glancing at the computer to my side over here and answering the best that I can as I apply this manicure. Alright, so that is our first layer of dipping. If you are new, if you've never tried Peppi, you're going to do a total of 3 layers. I know like a lot of people at first glance are like, oh my gosh, that's so much work. Ladies, I promise it's not. It takes like 30 minutes and you'll have a long-lasting manicure for 2 to 3 weeks. And then when you start really getting into it, you know, you might start adding tips or designs or whatever fun stuff, then of course it will take a little bit longer, but now it's fun because it's your hobby. Makes you feel good. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go in to our second layer. This time we are gonna go all the way up, stopping a hairline before the cuticle. So you never wanna get product on the cuticle itself because that will have a natural lift as the product grows out on your nail bed. So you always want to stop a hairline before your cuticle. And again, a thin amount of liquid. You don't want to go too heavy. You want to keep it nice and thin. It'll make less work in the end for your filing and your buffing. It'll make it nice and easy. And of course, just a natural, beautiful finish. So let me show you a close-up. This is what it looks like now from 2 dips to 1. So the ring finger has 1 dip and the pinky has 2. So you can see how the color is starting to build up. So if you want your color to look what it looks like on our website, we always do 3 dips on our swatches for photos. So you want to do 3 dips as well to get that same color match. But it's also not just for the color match. It's actually the best amount of dips to give you the longest wear, or I should say the best strength for the longest wear time for your Peppi cure. So somebody let me know when we hit 350. I know we keep staying around the 250 mark here. I really want to give away Lost for Words tonight. I think somebody really needs this in their spring collection. And if you are watching, make sure you pick one up because it's only $12.99 tonight, only while I'm live. So now you can see the color is really building up and it's so pretty. Like in real life, ladies, I'm not a huge yellow person, but I really do like these. They're so pretty. I think they look good on all skin tones too, which is really nice. So I'm just looking at comments real quick. I'm just taking a little break. Just want to see what's going on. Over there, looks like everybody's talking about my right hand. On my right hand, I am wearing Find Your Fire, which is another beautiful color. I really love these yellows. They're so awesome. So I hope everybody is doing okay with all that crazy stuff going on out there right now. And everybody's staying healthy. Alright, so I'm on my middle finger, my second dip. And I am going slow, taking my time, hanging out with you as I dip. So now I'm going to go into my pointer finger. and work on the second dip. So again, the key is small amounts of liquids. You can always add liquid to get your nail covered, but you can't really take it away. So small amounts of liquids, build it up if you need to, and keep it nice and thin. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna dip right at an angle, and voila. So now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the excess powder off using the duster brush of my thumb. I always do that last because it's too soon to do it when I go in for my next round. So I always wait until I'm done with it before I do it. Always keep your hands on something steady. Like always have them laying flat on the desk, or in this case, the side of your fist flat on the desk, because it really helps you to get that perfect cuticle line that you're looking for. And then we're just gonna go ahead and dip right in. And it looks good. All right, so this is 2 dips. We're gonna go ahead and do 1 more dip. So usually I actually do 4 dips in my Peppi cure because I add clear on top, but I am currently out of it in my location, so I'm only gonna do 3 dips tonight of Lost for Words. But usually I add a 4th dip, my final dip, for clear because I like the extra strength that it gives my nails, and I also like the extra shine that it provides. So if you're like me and you like shiny nails, I definitely recommend picking up a clear and using that as your final layer. It almost acts as like a top coat would in regular nail polish, like by having that added clear. So as you're doing your Peppi cures, just remember it's super key to always wipe the excess powder off before you go into your next layer, because you don't want that leftover powder getting stuck on your brush. You want to keep it nice and clean, like the one I have here. I'm on my 3rd layer, and look at this brush. It's flawless. There's no powder left on it whatsoever. And there you go. We can see now in the 3rd dip, it's really getting that coverage that we're going for. All right, ladies, so I'm going into my ring finger, 3rd and final dip. Just slowly taking my time. I never plop the brush on my nail right at the cuticle. I always start mid-nail and kind of spread that liquid out before I work the cuticle line. That way it's not all hanging out up there. We want it to be nice and thin. All right, so this color is so nice. So who picked up Lost for Words tonight? Who picked one up? On sale, $5 off until I finish live. Really pretty, just real pretty pastel yellow. But it's not like a baby yellow. It's more on the mustard yellow side, but it's so pretty. I don't know how to describe it. I think that's the best way I could describe it. I love it. And you can see see the difference of the 3rd dip over here, and see how you can still see through 2 dips just a little bit. It's not quite as strong as we want it to be just yet. So overall, it's a pretty quick process. Just takes a couple tries to really get the process down. But it'd be a fun little hobby to pick up in your spare time. All right, ladies, as soon as I finish this nail, we're gonna do step number 2. And then I'm gonna read some comments while we wait for the nails to set. But get us up to 350. Share, 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 and invite your friends so we can give away a Lost for Words tonight. All right, so we're going in for our final dip on our thumb. All right, so let me show you a close-up. So here's how the nails look right now before I've dusted them off and before I buff them to smooth them out. So you really gotta trust the process. You gotta go through the whole process for the finish to look like this, but really, ladies, it's not really a process. It's actually pretty quick and easy. So we're gonna go ahead, dust off that extra powder. We don't want that to get stuck on our number 2 brush. The goal is to keep all the brushes and bottles nice and clean. And before I move on to the number 2 step, I just want to remind you, as you're using your number 1 and your number 3, make sure you use that inside wiper of the bottle. Never wipe the brush on top of the bottle or the side rim here. It's not regular polish where you want to like clean the brush off that way. So to remove excess powder, always use that inside wiper right there. And what that does, because remember this is an adhesive, it avoids your lid from getting stuck. So just keep that in mind as you go through your Peppi cures. Be mindful of that. The liquid is clear, the brush is clear. It's super easy to do. I've done it multiple times. Like, it happens to the best of us if we're not paying attention. So just make sure you take your time and pay your attention to avoid that from happening. So now we're going into our number 2, which is our set. So this is what is gonna cure the base and the powder together and to get it to bond to the nail. So you wanna go ahead, make sure you get it all around the cuticle and in the sidewall of the nail and at the tip. Just really get it all up in there. Make sure these nails last for a good, at least 2 weeks. The longest I've worn a Peppi cure is, I think, 4.5 weeks. We were on a pretty long travel thing, and then afterwards you just didn't have time. So yeah, 4.5 weeks, and it still looked great minus the nail growth. So I have pictures of that somewhere that I can share with you guys at some point. So right now, after we apply our number 2, we are gonna wait for 2 minutes so it can kind of work its magic and get the nails nice and hard and sturdy and strong and ready to go for everything to follow. Hi Vicky, how are you? Hi Jenny. Jenny, the on sale color tonight is Lost for Words. It is the color that I'm showing here on my left hand. But I did pull out Find Your Fire tonight because both of these colors are so underrated, and I really wanted to show both of them to all of you guys because, like I said, they're underrated and they're awesome, and I don't know, I just felt like everybody needed to see them because it's the season for it. All right, Tatiana, thank you, thank you. Oh, also another tip, ladies, is make sure your bottles are always stored standing upright. I can't tell you how many times like people are like, my bottle sealed shut, but I did everything, you know, so perfect. And come to find out, they've actually been storing their bottles laying down, which causes a little bit of leakage, if I could talk, that gets your bottle stuck. So it's in your kit directions, but just a friendly reminder, just make sure you're always storing them standing upright so you can avoid that issue if it ever, so you never have that issue, I should say. Hi Janet, haven't seen you in a while, hope you're doing good. All right, so we're coming up on our 2 minutes. I'm gonna give it another 30 seconds or so before I move on to smoothing it out. Shannon, this color is called Lost for Words. It's a really pretty, just milky, beautiful yellow. Molly, Queen Bee is a whole different type of yellow. That's more to like a true bumblebee type yellow, I would lean towards. This is just a very milky, like pastel type color. Yes, we do have Afterpay on the website. Onika, yeah, it's definitely not darker than on the website. It's the same. And I'll post a picture so you can see a comparison, but you also got to think I'm in indoor lighting versus the swatch that was taking in natural light. And it's also a closer up of the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use a nail drill that is sitting next to me. Now, if you're new to Peppi, you do not need a nail drill. You can use your buffer, no problem, which I'm going to use for the most part, but just to get a quick smooth over, I'm going to use the drill for just a second here. You can get any nail drill off Amazon. They have them at all price points and skill level, so you really can't go wrong with any one that you choose. But we like to use the Bell 3500 RPM portable drill, and you can get that on Amazon. If you just type in Bell nail drill, it'll pop right up. But again, I'm going to do most of my filing with a buffer. I just like to get the drill going just for a quick like once over on the nail, just to make sure it's as thin as I want it to be. I want my nails to look really natural. I don't like them to look thick in any sort of way. So that's why I choose this method. Your nail kit does come with a buffer, and they're really great buffers. So if you don't want to spend extra on a drill, again, you don't have to. So I'm just giving it a quick, again, once over, and then I'm going to go in with the buffer and just give it the final smooth. As you can see, I dipped my nails really thin, or I applied my liquid in my base really thin, so the buffing is actually pretty minimal. There's not going to be a whole lot. Like, you can see exactly how thin they are. There's no lumps or clumps to worry about. So it's actually a really quick process. Now the good thing is if you do make a mistake and you find that your nails are thicker than you intend it for them to be, or if they have a lump that you didn't mean to get there, you can just take the time to buff it out and it will thin out. Just a little bit of elbow grease. Alright, so I do shape my nails prior to my application, but after you do apply, the edges kind of like get misshaped a little bit from the powder. So after I buff my nails, I will be correcting the shape a little bit. So one good tip for you guys to remember is when you are using a buffer, make sure you always keep like the colored side towards your cuticle. And what that does, it avoids you scraping up your cuticle versus if you use this side over here. So just make sure the purple side is always facing your cuticle to avoid any nicks. So I'm going to scroll down and kind of read some comments here as I buff. Yeah, everybody is really liking Lost for Words and Find Your Fire. I'm so glad. Like I said, they're so underrated. I'm so glad I got to show them tonight. And Lost for Words, ladies, it's only on sale while we're live. As soon as live's over, it's done. So you can see, like, look how smooth that is. And these are smooth, but you can see like a little bit of texture from the powder itself that just needs to be smoothed out. And that's what a little bit of buffing does. Just gives it a nice final smooth finish. I always do a little extra more than I need to because I really like my nails to be really thin. That's one thing that I'm definitely OCD about. And I'm gonna show you the fingers here side by side. So again, they're both smooth and even, but look how like glossy my pointer finger is versus my middle finger. So just a tiny bit of buffing, that's all it does. Just smooths it all out. Devona, thank you. It is such a pretty springtime color. I really like it. It's definitely underrated. It needs to be in the collections because you never know. And I also was thinking like it would make a really pretty sunset type ombre. Like you can definitely do that with the neon colors, but if you wanted a more muted ombre but still get that sunset look, this would be a really good color for that. So again, I always do a little bit extra on my buffing just because I'm so picky. But look, you can see the difference between these two nails and these two nails. And once we're all done and lotioned up, they're gonna look so good. So go ahead and keep sharing, invite your friends. I know there's some ladies that need to have their nails done. We're gonna give away a Lost for Words tonight. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish my final finger for my buffing. And then I'm just going to fix the shape super quick and then we're almost done. We're going to gloss coat it up. So make sure you grab your Lost for Words because it does go off sale as soon as live is over. Look at that, ladies. Like it's so thin and natural. But it's so strong. Like this really keeps your nails so protected and strong. And I kid you not, ladies, I used to be the biggest nail biter ever. Like my nails, I would bite them all the way up here. I don't even know how I have long nail beds right now because I bit them so bad when I was young. And I picked my cuticles. I did all the things that you weren't supposed to do. And now my nails look like this because of Peppi gel. So I'm gonna give one more rub over on my nails as my like final check. I don't know why, I just feel the need to. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, dust off that excess debris here. And you can see, like, look how nice they're coming along. Wait until we finish the shape, it's gonna look pretty. Such a pretty color. All right, so we sell on our website regular files and banana files. I actually don't have that handy next to me at the moment. So I'm gonna use what is next to me. This is my mom's file. She probably picked it up at Sally's or somewhere, a beauty supply store or Walmart or whatever. But it kind of has the same effect because it has that curve going on here, which makes it easy to glide in and out of this sidewall so I can get the exact shape that I'm going for. So the biggest tip I can tell you when you go to file your nails, like having a contrasting background is actually a huge help because then you can really see like the outline shape of your nail so you know that you're doing exactly what you want. And then also just making sure your hand is nice and steady on something so you're not like trying to do it wobbling in the midair like that. So you always want to make sure they're nice and steady. So I'm trying to find something here. I'm going to use this little, I don't even know what this is. It was just sitting here. I'm going to use this to kind of show you. So what I usually do is I'm at the edge of a desk resting one finger at a time, the finger that I'm working on, to do my nail filing and shaping. And it just keeps it so steady that, and I'll show you, like look at that, it just fixed everything that was just kind of hanging off the edge. So you want to make sure too that when you go to do your side, you remain contact on the file the whole time, because if you do just a little bit, it's going to mess your shape up. So you want to make sure the contact is there until you're done. So this thing's a little bit weird on me, but I'm gonna make it work. So the banana files are really great too, because you can get right around the cuticle and just make sure you have that nice like smile line that you're looking for. But look at that. Like I just cleaned the shape up on the pinky, and you'll see like once you do that final step, it really starts pulling the whole pedicure together. It really does. So now I'm gonna go over here and just do the same thing. And I pre-shaped my nails prior to live, so all I'm doing is just the cleanup afterwards, after my application. This is just the final cleanup. And I'm gonna tell you one other trick too. I have not cut my nails in about 3.5 months now. I only file them down, and I found that I finally have the exact perfect shape that I've been trying to get for a long time, all by just filing the nails. And I always dreaded doing it that way because I was like, it's gonna take forever, it's easier to just cut it. And honestly, now that I'm doing it, it literally took me way longer to cut my nails and fix like my mess up if I cut it crooked or something than it does to just file it. So again, I'm just fixing my shape, and I'm trying the best I can to work off of this weird container here. So you can see, generally I would do this on the side of the desk, or in front of me, the edge of the desk that I'm using, but you guys can't see that, so I'm working with this weird thing. But look at the 2 fingers compared to these 2 fingers. Like it just really pulls the whole thing together. All right, and then I'm just going over here. I would say this is probably, shaping your nails is probably the hardest part. Once you master that, like, you got the whole thing mastered. Ah! Thing just scooted away. Okay, this thing's a bad idea. Let me try doing it this way, and then you get an up close, a little bit closer of a view. As you can see, like, I keep the file flat against my nail the entire time to give it that even square look that I'm going for. And look, you can see like it's so good. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead. I have 2 more fingers. It's just a little bit hard on this thing that just keeps moving around. Oh, let me scroll down, look at comments while I'm doing this. I keep losing my place. Yeah, Mariella, she does the same thing. She files only. Amy just ordered her kit this afternoon. Thank you, Amy. Welcome to Peppi. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you watch the tutorials. It'll really, really help you with any questions that you might have. But also, you can always reach out to us, too. All right, ladies, so when I am doing this off camera, it actually does not take me this long. I just have this weird thing that I'm working with here. All right, so you can see they're all coming together. And then on the thumb, I really just kind of do this, put my fist down, and it works perfect. And I hold my skin, you know, to get it out of the way so I don't accidentally hurt myself. All right, so I am about exactly where I want to be. So let me go ahead and just check them one more time up close on my table edge here. All right, the middle finger, the one that slipped out on me, got a little bit weird, but that's okay. All right, so you ladies can see, like, check out the shape. Like, it looks pretty spot on. And that pastel yellow is poppin'. So which one do you guys like better? Find Your Fire on my right hand or Lost for Words on my left hand? And don't forget, Lost for Words is the $12.99 color on sale tonight. So now that we have filed the nails and they're all taken care of, we are gonna go ahead and apply our number 2 one last time. So this is the step that most people have struggles with because everything has to be so perfect when you transition into your number 3. So I want to show you guys and teach you exactly what you need to do. Sorry, I had to fix one little hang up that was bothering me. I want to teach you exactly what to do for the smoothest transition. So after I file, I have a really bad habit of just doing one more buff. This is not required. This is just an added habit that I have. So you don't have to do that, but okay. So we're gonna go ahead and dust all that off. All right, I can't wait to put the lotion on so my cuticles look good. They look rough right now. All right, so just remember, purple side always to the cuticle. So we're gonna go ahead and use our number 2. If you're new, please pay super, super close attention to what I'm about to go through because again, this is the trickiest step of the whole process and one little thing wrong can affect your end result and I don't want that to happen to you. So I want you to follow this really closely. So we're gonna take our number 2 set and remember this is the curing agent of the system. So remember it already cured the base and the powder together. Now we're going to use it to cure our top coat so it can be nice and shiny and hard for that extra strength that we need to wear this long term. So on this round of number 2, we're not gonna apply it quite as heavy as we did with the first one. We only need just enough to soak into the nail and have a little bit remaining to cure the number 3, right? So you just basically want to cover the entire nail. You want to lightly kiss it, but not drench it. And you want to make sure you get, again, in the sidewall, around the cuticle, and the free edge of the nail, especially the free edge. You want to make sure that's capped out. This process is going to be a 2-minute waiting period. 2 minutes is because it needs to absorb into the nail and not have too much remaining residue left on top of the nail bed. So it is 9:12 right now. At 9:14, we're gonna go ahead and transition into the number 3, which is our shine. So if you're new, please pay attention to this because what I'm about to go through in 2 minutes with our number 3 top coat is so important. This whole step from the time that I just applied the number 2 until the time I get to number 3 is important and you're not gonna wanna miss what I'm gonna tell you. So we have to wait 2 minutes. So as we're waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of scroll through some comments. Yeah, my right hand is lost for words and my left hand is find your fire. Oh, it looks like we're getting a lot of mixed votes on favorites. Mary, we do not sell a matte finish. You can use any matte finish you want from the store, but you can also stop at this point if you want to. I personally don't like to stop here because you can see the buffer marks without the top coat, so I would definitely still add a matte top coat. So don't forget, Lost for Words does go off sale when live is over, and I'm getting really close, so if you haven't had a chance to grab it yet, I highly recommend it. So we got another 30 seconds or so. Yeah, the banana file that we offer on the website is a game changer, ladies. Like, it really, really helps to kind of get that precision of the shape that you're going for. Amy, we're not doing any local pickups right now. Social distancing is a thing. We have to keep our staff and their families safe, so we are not doing any local pickups. Everything will be shipped out. Annabelle, the color of the day is Lost for Words. So, okay, it has been 2 minutes now. So, with your shine, remember, don't get any residue on the rim, as we already discussed. But you want to apply your top coat in 2 to 3 quick strokes. Do not go slow. If you go too slow, that number 2 residue is going to absorb into your shine brush, and it will cause it to get hard, which means it's contaminated. And then that contamination will transfer into your bottle. So again, do not go slow on that first layer of number 2. Wipe your nails with the paper towel, turn it over, and use the other side to wipe your brush, which I'm going to show you here. You want enough liquid to cover the nail. You don't want it so thin that it streaks, because then the shine won't be what you're looking for. 2 to 3 quick strokes. Quick strokes, wipe the brush back into the bottle. If you go too slow, your brush will get hard. I see that complaint all the time. It's because you're going too slow and that curing agent is absorbing into your brush. So it's so important that that first layer of number 3 is in 2 to 3 quick strokes. You don't want to overlap your strokes. If you overlap them, you're just smearing around that number 2, which will cause your shine to not dry with a high gloss shine. So that's why it's important to not overlap your strokes either on the first layer of number 3. So then after you do your 5 fingers, we recommend 1 hand at a time, you immediately go back in, do your second coat. At this point, you can decide if you want to keep wiping the brush for your number 3. It's definitely good if you do, because you keep, prevention of contamination, but you don't have to if you're careful with the first round. And then always cap your free edge. You want to cap your free edge and seal it in. So I hope that makes sense, ladies. It's so important on the first layer that it's 2 to 3 very quick strokes. So the pinky is 2 strokes because it's a small nail, but my middle finger is a wide nail, so it's 3 strokes. And it's also important that it's fast. Don't go slow and try to be super detailed, because that number 2 absorbs into the brush and then it turns hard. You don't want that to happen. So 2 to 3 quick strokes, wipe your brush on the paper towel, and then go to your next nail. After you do all 5 fingers, then you can go back in and go a little bit slower. You can go a little bit slower with your second top coat, but not too slow, because you don't want to run out of time. Timing is everything. So now, after about 2 minutes, these nails will be completely dry and I'm good to go on about my day with no problem. There's no lights or anything like that. It is super fast. It's not like polish where you have to wait forever. It just comes out, dries really fast. Michaela, I'm just showing off the 2 colors. I just think they're underrated colors and I really wanted to show them. On my right hand that's moving around is Find Your Fire. And then on my left hand is the color that's on for the live sale tonight, Lost for Words. Normal price is $17.99, but it's actually $12.99 until live is over. Valerie, I am not wearing tips. These are my natural nails. Tina, thank you. I hope I gave good details. I know, when I do live by myself, I'm so serious, because I just really want to educate the process of Peppi gel. I find that to be more important, and because I really want you guys to have the perfect Peppi cures, and I really want you to love and enjoy the system as much as we do. And I know I always forget to goof around sometimes. Yes, Megan, a sunflower stamp would be cute, but I don't have one near me at the moment. I do have some stamps, but they don't really go with the color tonight. So don't forget, Lost for Words will be on sale for about another minute. I'm going to give it another minute, but look, you can already see it's drying with the high gloss shine. And it's so awesome. And the only reason I get that shine is by doing the exact thing that I just taught you, Like if you go too slow, too fast, or whatever, like it won't dry the same. So number 3 is very finicky. It likes to be very repetitive and follow its very specific rules. Valerie, thank you. Jody, thank you. Kim, thank you. Yes, these are my real nails. Yes, so I hope you ladies are using all your Peppi colors. I hope you're adding some Peppi colors because you can never have too many nail colors. We all, you know how us ladies are, we always have to have a lot to choose from, but these are my nails, my mixed matched hand. So we are dry. You can see they're nice and dry. Lost for Words is a beautiful milky yellow. I love it so much. And then Lost for Words is a nice like mustard type yellow, but it's so good for spring, summer, and fall. It pairs really well with colors like Runaway Train. I've done that before. Lost for Words, like, oh, it's so pretty. I love it. So now I'm going to use this oil really fast because I want to show you guys what my hands look like when they're not so dry and icky from acetone. Hey, Kelly. How are you, girl? Alright, so I'm just putting on my final thing here so you guys can see, like, voila. So I don't generally walk around with mixed match hands, but you know, social isolation, so nobody's really gonna be seeing this except for my family. All right, ladies, that is it for this evening. I hope this tutorial was really helpful and you can come back to it and use it for anything. But if you do have any more questions, you can always reach out to us. You can reach out in our group. Our Facebook group is Peppi Gel Dip Powder Tips and Tricks. And then we're on Instagram as Peppi Gel. And then, of course, you have myself and Maggie to answer any questions that you guys have. But, oh my gosh, these are amazing. I love these yellows. I especially love the Sail Yellow tonight, Lost for Words. Like, I'll be honest, this is my first time wearing Lost for Words. I have worn Find Your Fire before. That's how I know it pairs so well with Runaway Train, because I did that on a manicure a while back, but I haven't worn Lost for Words yet, and I freaking love it. It's so pretty, so I hope you're able to get one. All right, ladies, I know I keep rambling. I hope you guys have a good night, and we will see you next week. Bye.